Good morning. Today we're going to see if we can fit the Black Dog skid plate that's really for the 1300 GS. Let's see if it fits to the 1300 GS Adventure. Roll intro. I want to see if I can make a new skid plate fit to my 1300 GS Adventure. Stock skid plate are not the best. So on my previous bikes, I normally use Black Dog skid plates. I tried a couple of different ones. What I like with Black Dog, at least on the previous models, the 1200, the 1250, the rear end of the skid plate is frame mounted. They still use the front stock mounts to it that goes to the engine, which I'm not a huge fan of. It looks like on the GS Adventure, the 1300, they'll be frame mounted in the back and they're going to mount to the crash bars in the front. So Black Dog on their website do not have a skid plate yet for the Adventure. There's not a lot of accessories out for it yet. They haven't measured any of the bikes. I looked at the 1300 GS, the skid plate they have, and I looked at the 1250. It was actually the same skid plate on the GS and the GS Adventure. I've been crawling under both the GS and the GS Adventure, the 2024 and 2025 models and the 1300s. I hope it's the same because I ordered one from Black Dog. They told me if it doesn't fit, I can send it back. So everybody will know after this video if it fits or not. So let's open it up and see what's in the box. I'm going to be careful not breaking the box because I might have to send it back. And I want to make sure that the box and the skid plate are in the same condition I got it when I send it back if I have to. I hope I don't. A lot of protective paper here, which is good. I like that. There's the Black Dog skid plate. And I think there's a separate mounting frame that actually might be inside the plastic here. Let's see what else is in the box. Nothing. So I assume that's within the... I'll take a look at that later. I'm not sure if this is instructions or a couple of stickers, Black Dog business card, my invoice. I did pay for this myself. I don't get free stuff. So talks about the credit and return. So let's hope I don't have to do that. I guess we will know in the near future. So let's put this to the side so we don't lose it. And then let's take a look at the skid plate. Says it's for the 1300, obviously it's meant for the GS. All right. Mounting bolts. I believe this is the mounting frame that goes to the bike. And then the skid plate. This is a substantial skid plate made of steel. It protects the exhaust headers. Goes back on the bike as well, so it goes under where the center stand is. So to me, this is the best skid plate out there. It's made of steel. I also see that the bolts here, the mounting bolts, two in the front, two in the back. Sometimes if you hit a lot of rocks when the mounting bolts are in the bottom here, sometimes you smear out the top of the bolts here. And when you're going to service your bike or somebody else is going to service your bike, they're not very happy to try to get those off. So obviously the front here should be easy to get off. This might be a risk to get smeared out if you hit too many rocks, but the skid plate, rock solid. Mounting kit, there's a, whatever you call it, code in here to take a look at the mounting instructions. So now let's take a look at the frame that's supposed to mount up to my frame. It's really well packaged. I'm going to save this plastic too, just in case. All right. Third level of plastic for the mounting. All right. Let's see, just holding up to the side here, what it looks like. Does it look like it fits? All right. Front and rear. I think it will. All right. So the next step is to start taking the stock skid plate off my bike. I believe the bottom 6 bolts are Torx 30, and then the 4 frame mounting bolts are Torx 40. So next step is to remove those. Print out the instructions from Black Dog for installing the skid plate. I highly recommend doing that. Obviously, the list of what the kit contains and what tools you need to be able to install it and take off the stock plate properly. So clearly recommend doing that. Good instructions. They're not available on their website, but they come QR code in the kit. It's about 6 pages with pictures and instructions. So really good. Highly recommend printing that out. So the stock skid plate is taken off. So now the moment of truth. Going to line this up and see if it fits. I think we do it on the other side here. Yeah, I think so. All right. It looks promising. So we will continue to step 2, which is trying to get this Black Dog unit on. Installing the 6 provided M8 U-nuts onto the mounting bracket. All right, time to install the mounting frame for the Black Dog skid plate. I guess now it's the moment of truth if it's going to fit or not. So let's start from the rear. We'll start on the left side, which is going to be the easiest side to do it. All right, the left side is attached. Looking at the front here, it does look like it's gonna fit pretty good actually. Right, let's see if we can align it on the other side too, so we don't have any forces going in different directions here. Alright, Loctite's on here. Not going to torque them all the way. Just going to snug them a little bit. Alright, that feels good. Let's go around to the other side. Put some Loctite on this bolt. It's already done, so let's snug this one up. Alright, and then the last bolt here with some Loctite on that one as well. It would be easier to put the bike on the side to do this, but not feeling for doing that. All right, let's snug this one up. Last one. I did have to loose this crash bar a little bit just to make sure I got the screw lined up properly. I don't want to risk anything as far as cross threading. Alright, just going to snug up the rear and then going to try out the skid plate. Alright, last phase here. Torque the skid plate to 19 Newton meters as well. All right, 21. Okay, Black Dog skid plate is officially installed. So this means that the Black Dog skid plate for the GS also fits for the GS Adventure, which is good news for Black Dog, and it's good news for everybody that want to buy a skid plate because it's available. So I did look around the skid plate. I don't see any interference whatsoever. It seems to be a perfect fit. I'm going to take the camera off the tripod and show you guys here, but I see no interference with anything. Brake pedal is working, which is important. The skid plate is going back a large amount more than the stock. It goes all the way, covering the whole exhaust system back here. So let me get the camera off the tripod and show you guys. Well, I'm sure it's going to be somewhat shaky, but coming down here, you see the front of the skid plate. Basically cover a good part of the front of the engine, side of the engine, the exhaust pipes. Then it goes all the way back behind the center stand and covering the whole exhaust system. See if we can do a shot from below. You have the back of it, so basically I can take that little silly plastic plate over the center stand. It's not needed anymore. And the skid plate is nice and flat, nothing to get hooked up on. Only 4 bolts holding it from the bottom. And well, it looks a lot better in the stock as well. I have to say BMW improved the stock skid plate from the previous GS Adventure, which had a little plate there that's the size of a dinner plate. At least this one is the size of a toilet seat, so that's an improvement. It's pretty flimsy, and it was obviously mounted to the engine in the front. So is the Black Dog skid plate as well. I'm using the 2 front mounts under it, but it is mounted to the crash bars. I'm not sure if you can see that. The mounting bracket is actually mounted to the crash bar, and the rear, of course, is attached to the frame, just like the stock plate. So anyway, I'm happy with the skid plate. Looks better. Can't wait to try it out. Again, in Michigan, a lot of sand, maybe a log or 2 you lay the engine on. I'm going to do going to do Colorado backcountry discovery again this summer. Lots of large head-size rocks there in the southern part, close to Ouray. So that's a good place to try out any skid plate. Last time I rode there, I could definitely hear the skid plate hitting the different kind of rocks. So looking forward to when the summer comes around, so I can try this one around. Anyway, that's my, I think, 6th BMW with Black Dog skid plate on it. I'm happy with it. And actually, I'm going to give Black Dog a call after this and tell them that GS fits to the GS Adventure. So hopefully that makes them happy as well. Anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks for watching.